So I am just out here doing this little live stream because so far today I've learned that CDOT doesn't find any necessity to actually pick up the trash or make the people that created the trash pick it up themselves. I mean, there's always that concept. But here's what happened yesterday. So CDOT, Colorado Department of Transportation, came in here and dismantled all of the camps that were set up down here along the Bear Valley Trail and took all their shit, and who knows what they did with it. So they didn't post any notice of where to retrieve their belongings. I had a little tiff on the phone with CDOT this morning, and of course the guy, is not gonna do his job and instead is gonna hang up on me because he's a dick. I actually had put this shirt on today. I don't know, it just felt like one of these days. Don't be a Richard. Just don't be a dick. So anyway, I got a call and some texts yesterday from Marcos, and he said he came back here and all his stuff was gone. So, and all the stuff of the others that were out here were gone. There were a few of them out here. They had tents. They had some belongings that had value. Tents, survival gear, propane tanks. And I guess CDOT just took it upon themselves to throw it all in the trash, apparently. So this guy with CDOT on the phone tells me that they don't just come do this. They do it in conjunction with other state agencies or city agencies, like probably the Denver Parks and Rec, that are up and down this property all the time. And instead of just trying to deal with the people, they just use force. I mean, that's how we deal. It's how we deal with homelessness, mental health issues, addiction issues. We just use force because this is America. So I don't know where these people went. I came out here last night, didn't see any notification that they were going to do an eviction or, steal their shit. Why would they tell them that they're going to do that? They would just do it because, everybody's glued to the TV with coronavirus and how we're all going to die. We don't give a shit about these people dying out here because they could all just die and no one would think twice about it. Or we could just make the process go a little faster for them and steal all their survival gear, and maybe they'll just die in the middle of the night. No one will think twice of it. People love this shit. They think this is awesome. It's human sanctity stuff. It's all about how to treat and serve your fellow man. Yeah, they're real concerned about the trash. No, they wanted to tear him down because not because I was helping him, I'm sure. So I don't know where these people are today. I came by here last night and I saw some of them sitting right over there at the end of the guardrail where there's still some belongings. I wasn't able to make contact with them. Have I checked with Denver Parks and Rec? It was noted that CDOT was hauling their stuff off. Quote unquote, checking with Denver Parks and Rec involves you calling the 311 system and waiting about 7 to 10 days. Hey, are you living out here? You live in Inglewood?
Yeah.
Do you know where any of these guys are since they came and swept them and took all their stuff?
I don't think they arrested him.
Yeah, nobody got arrested?
Just got him out.
Yeah, and took all their stuff,
Well, I saw one guy, he got like half of it back again. had like 3 cartloads out there last night
Right.
after they had left.
Right. So it really wasn't about cleaning anything up. It was about trying to run everybody off.
Well,
Yeah.
It's not,
It's not about help.
it's not right. It's not helping us.
Well, I know it's all fucked up. But I'm looking for these people because one of them I need to make contact with. But you haven't seen any of them moving?
I know that some people that moved on this side of the river recently.
Yeah, I heard some talk. But that doesn't mean the state gets to come in and steal your stuff. Yeah. You're safe in Inglewood?
I came here 2 years ago from Taiwan. I lived in Taiwan for 35 years.
Did you really?
2 years here, and believe me, I'm leaving at the end of this month, this year.
Are you?
Straight back to Taiwan.
Really? Now with this coronavirus, you're not gonna be able to fly.
I know.
You know, it's more important we pay attention to coronavirus than anybody out here suffering or trying to work through anything, right? Are you okay in Inglewood, or? Yeah. And you guys are okay? All right. My name is Regan, and I have a nonprofit, and I just come out and make contact with you guys. I'm small. I just kind of help you guys try to wade through the government BS.
Well, you know, I'm lucky. I'm very fortunate because I can stay at a friend's house.
Good.
Cheap rent. I get $800 a year a month.
You have veteran?
No.
Good.
It's crazy because I stopped working when I was 29 years old.
Really?
I lived probably for the last 35 years. I came back and I found out that.
You have a disability? For blind? Yeah. Well, I'm sure you paid in.
Yeah. Just smart.
Take care of yourself.
But the way the government works here, the way the police work here.
Yeah. Do you want to talk into my camera? Huh? Because people watch and they want to hear these stories. Here, come over here. You don't have to if you don't want to. I don't make anybody. But I love it when you guys start talking about government and the police and.
I'm not into pictures.
No. We don't have to take pictures. What's your name? Tom. I'm Regan. Nice to meet you. So tell me your thoughts on government and the police. No pictures? Okay.
No pictures.
Okay.
No.
Just audio. Okay.
The police are like a disease.
Uh-huh.
If you can sort of sit back and look at what's going on, you got the society and everybody's doing this and that and everything. Inglewood's police are terrible.
Uh-huh.
They're weird thinking. It's very strange.
In what way?
They think that we should be blessed by their existence.
Yep. Yep.
And you can't stop and say, hey, you don't own this land, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I had a question about the parking one time, and many people have brought it up, and I can tell them.
Did you go to city council?
No.
Who did you ask the question?
It's a police.
The police? Yeah.
It's different people, you know?
Right.
I didn't give my name, stuff like that, for that. But,
Right.
But I got actually taken to court. Told to go to court because they...
Told to go to court?
Yeah, I was going to go to court. I was written up for smoking pot.
Smoke a pot?
In
public.
But the cop just said to me, you smell like you've been smoking pot.
Yeah, so what?
Yeah, I said, sorry. I said, well, I'm going to give you a ticket for that. And he gave me a ticket for that.
He gave you a ticket for smelling like pot.
Yeah.
You weren't smoking it. He didn't see you smoking
He didn't
it.
see me smoking.
He smelled it on you and gave you a ticket for what? Public consumption? Some bullshit?
It was something to do with that. One of those.
Okay. How long ago was this?
6 months.
6 months ago? Yeah, because this is what they're doing to the homeless or those that
Well,
they
I'm
think.
not homeless.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, I smoke pot.
Yeah, it's legal. And no, I'll pass. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. What? Is there a particular reason you smoke pot other than just enjoying it?
I smoked pot since I was 18 years old.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm a much better person when I'm
A better
sober.
person.
Yeah.
Do you think it's okay? I mean, a lot of guys want to use pot instead of hard drugs.
Well, I've done every kind of drugs.
Are you still doing every kind of drug there is? So you just smoke pot, you're perfectly peaceful, happy, go about your business,
I don't smoke cigarettes.
and you don't even smoke cigarettes.
Take no drugs.
Uh-huh.
I don't take any drugs.
But you're targeted by the police because you
Well, I'm
smell like
targeted
pot.
Because, well, actually, the cop just wanted to get me because he had met me before at another place where he was with other cops that told us the people that were down hanging out in the Safeway parking.
Uh-huh.
And, everybody drinks.
Right.
I don't drink, so that's what's caused me to have distance from them now.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I was right with them all the time. I wouldn't go buy them beer. What the fuck, man? It's 12 o'clock. I just woke up. I got a drink. Jeez.
Alcohol's a hard, hard drug.
How does it drink? Jesus. But I was saying,
Well, we were talking about the cops and how they ended up giving you the ticket, and then you went to court.
so I went to court. Before I went to court, I went to the police station, talked to the sergeant.
Uh-huh.
Walked in, and I waited. The sergeant came out, and I said, "Hello, how are you?" I stuck my hand up to shake it, and he said,
He wouldn't even shake your hand.
He said his hands were dirty or something like that.
Do you
No,
remember his name?
No, I remember his face. I remember him. And I've always thought that was a weird thing, you know?
Yeah.
So, no. Now, I know my clothes don't look so good. I make $100 a month. I'm paid that much, so I save my money to get out of here.
And you're gonna go back to Taiwan.
Yeah. So I don't know. But also, I don't know how old you are, but at 66, I've gone 40 years, 40 plus years. I was in 30 plus years. I was in Taiwan, and I came back, and suddenly, 63 years old. You're funny.
Right.
And I just lucked out because suddenly I found out by a guy I met on the street. He said, "Well, why don't you collect unemployment? Why don't you collect Social Security?"
Right.
3 years
You didn't
ago,
even know. You
he
didn't
said,
even
"Yeah,
know
yeah."
that you.
He says you can because you worked for 2 plus years.
So you're not homeless. So that's yeah. But everybody judges you as being because you're out and about during the day. And
So I think that was that cop, that Reggie, he questioned me and like the first thing he said was, "Give me your ID." Something
No.
like that. And
What do you need it for?
I said, "What?"
Yeah.
He says, "Because if you don't, you're going to jail." Well, fucking stupid me, I gave it to him. But
Now you know, though, right?
No, I know that. And I knew that cop from that point on.
Do you remember his name?
Nicholas.
Was that his last name? Nicholas? I have the whole roster of the Inglewood PD. I pay very close attention to them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Oh.
Because no one else is. And I know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So
Well,
did you
I'm
go
not-
to municipal court here in Inglewood?
Yeah, it was good. So I went to, and the first thing was he said, "All of you that are going to claim not guilty, I'll see you. I'll read your name, read it, and you say da da da, and you can go, and then come back in 2 weeks."
Right.
Loves everybody except for me. Because I said, well,
You
I'm not
pled
guilty,
guilty?
but I don't understand. What's going on because
So you don't understand what's going
I
on. Did they
didn't
give you an
understand.
attorney?
No, of course not. No,
You're
no.
entitled to one. You know that, right? Yeah, they're not going to tell you that.
I didn't know anything. The thing was, even the sergeant, when I talked to him, he said, don't worry about this first offense. The guy's just going to let it go.
Then why did he give you a ticket? Power.
So in the end, he gave me a ticket of $250 and $25 for
A $250 fine. And they took
because the cop thought I was smoking.
because you smelled,
I smelled. Yeah,
according to him.
according to him. Now I can tell you more about this. It's not according to him. It's because there's a building. We are a city. There's a building in front of this park.
A park in Inglewood.
Now I was riding my bike. When I rode up my bike, I came up to a table sitting here at this place, which was closed. Now he was over here. I saw him over here.
In his car.
His car was further over. I don't know what he was doing. He was over there talking to someone. And there was a woman over here talking to a man. And I thought that woman was the owner or the manager of that building.
Okay.
I'm not sure what.
May have been.
Yeah.
And they called the cops. Because they don't want you guys around.
Because I smoked, and the smoke they went right up. And then she walked by, and I smiled, and she smiled. And she walked over, and she told me.
But if it were cigarette smoke that smells twice as hideous,
I know.
they'd be fine with that. See, I have a problem with targeting the homeless. And even though you're not homeless, Tom, you're perceived as
For sure.
and a troublemaker and everything else under the sun, right? And you have committed no crime against anyone.
So, what can I do about it?
Don't ever talk to the cops.
Yeah, I know that. I've seen those things.
If you get caught up in court again, you ask for an attorney and you plead not guilty. And you start talking to the rest of these people out here about not talking to the cops and not letting government steal their property.
Well, in my case, eventually I told the judge, she said, fuck it. All right, I'm good. Because I was smoking pot. But it wasn't, he didn't have me for that. He could not say that he saw me.
Exactly.
So, but
So you're honest, you've got good morality, you committed no crime against anyone, but you went ahead and willingly handed the government $260
$250 plus $25.
to do this shit over and over.
For 5 hours of good work. I had a restaurant for 15 years in Taiwan. Okay. When I left, when I was working with Boeing, I was working in the research and development section, not in the planes or nothing. We built things for other countries.
Right.
1, 2, 3 things, newspaper stuff,
Right.
I was working on one machine. That was the biggest machine in the shop. Nothing. I just went boom, boom, boom. I went up really fast because I was good at it, because I had amazing.
Work ethic?
Yeah, I guess because I started at the time when I was in California and we were just doing it. So now I do a job.
Were you born here?
I was born in Austin.
Where?
Austin.
Oh, really? You came all the way to the other side of the country.
I've been.
You've been everywhere. Do you have a phone? Will you take my number? Or can I
My
have?
phone doesn't.
Okay.
I have a phone, but I'll give you my.
Let me get to my notes.
How old are you?
I'm almost 50.
You're married?
Yep.
Your children?
3 boys, 5 grandkids.
The kids are grown up.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
they
you're-
are.
So you like to college brother?
Yeah.
Are you from here?
Yeah, native. Colorado. Yep. But I want to know you guys. I want to help where I can. I don't want things like this to happen. I don't want people to have to scramble and figure out how they're going to survive. And
Well, the thing is, I understand you, okay? One thing I have to say this, before you go any further, you got to think, why have you said you guys so many times? There's something wrong with that.
Because you're a community.
Because all my community, I got a house. You know?
I think you advocate for each other. That's why I say it. But I understand what you're saying.
You're differentiating.
Yeah, you're right, and I need to stop it.
So the thing was is I know.
I know you do.
I know them really well. And I think some of them I am slowly changing. I've said things to them that fucking fucks me because I've had.
You make them think.
Yeah. And the first thing, the biggest thing that makes these people think is, what the fuck? You can't pick up the rubbish?
I agree.
Who the fuck put the rubbish there, man? If you just a nice tent, who the fuck's gonna bother you? See? I'm sorry.
I agree.
That's all I get.
I agree. But do you think that government comes out
The government, the police,
Exactly.
totally irrelevant.
Well, they're not when they use force. When they use force,
You have to say, if I live my life, I always live by the cops. And the thing here, the cops, you know, the cops in England, here, they deliberately use the siren.
yeah,
Deliberately.
I know.
The firemen, they do. What the fuck? And it's because it's creating a fear.
hmm Just like the coronavirus thing. Okay, hold on. I gotta put this in here.
Don't take your
No, I'm not taking the picture. I'm not taking the picture. This is different.
Oh, you want my email address?
Yeah, hold on. What is it, Tom?
Mr. M.R. period Mooney, M-O-O-N-E-Y, G-T.
MOONEYGT. Okay. I'm gonna email you. Say that again.
What did you say your name
Regan.
was? Regan.
Like Reagan,
Regan.
but long E.
Yeah, Regan. More like how it's spelled.
Yeah. REGAN.
I wrote a American English pronunciation book. 4 tapes, 6
Did you really?
stars, 3 booklets, in 2
Published?
languages, published.
Let's hang out some more, Tom. Come to some city meetings with me. Come on. No, you wouldn't. Why? You have some good things to say.
About 7 or 8 years ago, one time in Seattle, and I'm walking around, the cops and whatever, and I cut to a high school, and there's a little board that called people together to listen to the cops talk about the heroin thing in that town. So I went to it, and we all sat in the seats of the basketball court, and the first thing I noticed was that they had their shoes on. What the hell are they doing? So what you tell me? But the cops kept their shoes on and walking on the court. You just don't fucking do that,
Right.
you know?
Right. So did you educate them?
Not that, but I could sense the people, everybody sits right here, and they just sort of were edging away from me. At one point, I raised my hand. Have you ever done any heroin? Well, no. Then they tried really back off. But the thing was I tried her 2 or 3 times.
Did you deal with addiction at all?
I smoked cigarettes for 40 years. Came to the United States, no money. Took me. And then I smoked those cigars. Because I was buying it for a friend. He liked it, and it tasted really good. I smoked it, it tasted great. And then I tasted one that didn't have the taste of it. Oh my God.
Almost
what the
choked?
hell?
Yeah.
God. I quit smoking those, but I stopped smoking those. So but even that, I know. I stopped.
Stay on the pot.
doesn't. I have to suck when I go traveling around the world.
You mean pot's not an addiction? Pot's not a gateway drug to heroin?
No,
It's the opposite?
I think pot was a gateway drug to opening your mind. You know, anything to do with hip acid. First to the acid I did in 1972 or 3. Fucking best thing I ever did. I changed completely.
Really?
Yeah, I was one of 9 children growing up. I was a little boy.
Aw.
I went home at night, and every night my father was up drinking. You know, had everybody sitting and listening.
That's why you've never been a drinker.
Well,
Huh.
I drank beer all my life, but I don't drink because I can't afford it now. And now, it's been so long I said I don't drink like this. I don't want it. But the thing was, Dad hit the acid. And I came home at 2 in the morning. Everybody's still sitting there. I was going to I went in the refrigerator, I took a beer. I'm 18 years old, took a beer, sat down, and drank it. Nobody said nothing, nobody did nothing about it. And when I went to go to bed, I fucking threw the beer away.
Was this in Boston? Did you grow up there?
Growing up in my house. And I went to bed. Totally unheard of movements or conditions all around the house. You know? They were there because my father was a drunk and alcoholic and fucking wanted them there. But
You were one of 9 kids, huh? Wow.
and now, nobody talks to me.
In your family? Why? Oh, family
I'm not sure.
drama is tough.
I think it's something. I think recently I was thinking maybe my mother didn't like me.
Is she still alive? I doubt that.
No. Because when I was married to a Taiwanese woman in 1990, she came over to see us.
In Taiwan?
And when she left, Lily said goodbye to her parents. As we turned around, headed towards the car, the lady said to me, I will never see that woman again. Never.
Lily, your wife said that?
She said things to me like,
Mm.
and they were so bad she could never tell me. I never done it. And then later on, when my mother was dying, and, we had a family reunion, and we were all talking, and they were talking, and one sister explained a deal that my mother had just pulled on her like last 6 months, messing with her with money. And I just rolled my eyes and said, oh, mother did that. Mother was always the person that I held up here. But wouldn't do anything. Nobody said anything. It was 7 or 8 kids and people that nobody said anything. Because what could they say? And my brother said, oh, well, we'll talk about that later. And I said that and must have hurt me. Must have really hurt me. But I wasn't saying it to her. I was just saying,
Do you have some guilt? Because that was kind of the last thing. No.
I have no guilt. I never did anything to her.
Right.
You know, I never.
But you're left with a lot of questions.
And it's
That's hard. My mom died prematurely at 62, so I kind of can relate to the unanswered stuff. Tom, I gotta go to the bathroom. But I'm gonna email you. We're gonna connect again, okay? And if you see Marcos, you tell him to call me. Yep. He's the guy from Guam that's been on the other side. Been here for a long time. It's most of his stuff that they took, and some of it I helped him with. So. But I'd really like to visit with you some more. I think I can learn a lot from you. Take care. Be safe. Okay. Bye. Oh, wow. You see why it's all worth it? Look, there he goes. That was Tom. So, Tom has a lot of experience with the Inglewood police. Go figure. Tom is not homeless, but Tom hangs out with some of the homeless community, and he gets targeted by the police, and Tom smokes pot, so that's some fabulous leverage for the police, because Tom once smelled like pot, and the cops had to give him a ticket for that. Right? $250 fine. He gets his Social Security. He worked for Boeing. You know, these guys are literally like walking geniuses out here. And did you hear Tom tell me? Quit saying you guys. Do you know how many times you just said you guys? So look, here's the trash. But Tom did say he has a problem with the people out here that don't pick up their trash. And yeah, and he's right. And so I probably said you guys, you know, in reference to saying that you guys as a community can police each other, right? But it was wrong of me. I shouldn't say you guys. It's us guys. It's us guys. But look at this. So this is how concerned about the trash, right, that they are. So they were only concerned about wiping out Marcos and all his stuff. So they stole all his shit. This isn't about trash. This is about power and control. There's no signage over there that says where to retrieve their belongings. Yeah, I knew the traffic was drowning him out. And I don't want to, you know, if those guys, if they want to talk to me, I love to talk to them. But because I can look them in the eye, I can understand what's going on better. You don't want to be on camera, that's fine. He's had a lot of dealings with Inglewood, and he doesn't want pictures and stuff. He's a neat guy. Oh, he was neat. But he's housed. He's housed. And he gets Social Security. He comes out here and talks to his fellow man and hangs out, whatever. I don't know. That one lone duck there. Oh no, there's two. There's the other one. There's the male. See him over there? The mallard. Just peaceful, hanging out. So, ultimately, I ended up coming out here after CDOT hung up on me, and I went to this little station over here where I've been over here before. They're right there. They work this whole stretch here, this whole stretch. And I talked to a nice guy by the name of Lloyd over there. He's a CDOT employee. He was out there talking on his cell phone, having a cigarette. I waited until, he was off his cell phone, said, "Excuse me, can you tell me where I can find these people's property?" And he didn't know. He said, "I'd probably have to call the state." I said, "Well, I already did that." And, they hung up on me. I submitted an inquiry yesterday online to get a response. He said, "Well, let me give you my supervisor's number," which he did. What a nice guy. His name's Lloyd. Lloyd needs a raise, and Lloyd needs a supervisor position in CDOT. He was courteous, professional, and he did his job to the best of his ability right there with somebody that walked up on him. So kudos, Lloyd, over here at the CDOT dump. So this jackwagon on the phone earlier tried to tell me that, they posted eviction and all this shit. Well, unless he came out here and handed it to him in person, there was no notice posted. And there's no notices posted out there for where they can retrieve their belongings. So this is probably in conjunction with Denver Parks and Rec. And like I was saying, to get an answer from these agencies, you have to use their online system in Denver. It's the 311 system, the phone system, or the online system. And then you wait. You wait for a response. I've done that before, and I've never gotten a response. And I had to call my councilman over there in Denver and have him generate a response, which took 3 months. It only took 3 months to get a response on the street sweeping issue in Denver. So Somebody had asked earlier if I checked with Denver Parks and Rec. They have a substation over here. I'm going to go over there. We're going to see what happens over there. See if anyone will talk to me. So, let's see how this goes while my phone charges. Yeah, if it's legal to smoke pot, yeah, we have this big issue out here in Colorado about when and where you can smoke pot, because you can smoke cigarettes in public, but you can't smoke pot in public. So people have tried to rally for getting places where people can gather to smoke pot, even on private property, and Denver has shut that down. So, yeah, it remains illegal to smoke legal pot in public, but it remains legal in most areas, you know, to smoke cigarettes that smell far worse than pot, in my opinion. I don't like either of them, but I don't go around dictating what people can and can't do when it comes to harming no one. So this Denver Parks and Rec substation is just over here. I doubt they're going to be very friendly with me, if I can even get anyone to talk to me. Yeah, so Tom was talking about everything he's done throughout his life. He said he's done every drug in the world. He's one of 9 kids. His dad was a raging alcoholic. He says he, you know, drank on occasion. But he prefers to smoke pot and stick with his pot. So good for Tom. Who am I to tell him he can't do it? He offered me some. Nice guy. No thanks. Huh. The coronavirus has severely affected people in their driving ability. So this guy's just gonna stop right here. You see the fucking trash truck? I can't go around. What a dumbass. He just wanted to stop, do his thing. Those are people that I'd like to tell what to do. So this is right along Fort Logan National Cemetery here, our military cemetery. This is a frontage road just on the other side of that Bear Creek Trail. And here's the Denver Parks. And we'll see how this is gonna go. I don't see any no trespassing sign. This is the Southwest Maintenance Headquarters at 4800 West Kenyon is where I'm at for Denver Parks and Recreation. And remember, that Easter egg hunt hasn't been canceled for you to go out in the dark. Adults only, 18 and older, hosted by the Denver Parks and Rec to go hunt Easter eggs full of cash and prizes. So that's reserved parking for Felipe Romero. So can I go in here? I don't see anything that says this is closed to the public. looking in the window. I don't see anybody in there. Hi, excuse me. Are you an employee for Denver Parks and Rec? No, you're probably working on the door. Do you know if anybody's here? Should I go in there? Go in there? Right here. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm just a member of the public. Just have a question because I know this place sits here. Did I just talk to you? No, I didn't. So the homeless encampment along Bear Creek, all of their items were removed yesterday, I think in conjunction with you guys in CDOT.
It's, the park rangers handle that, and I know they have their contractor down there.
Okay.
So,
Do you know where
why don't you
I
ask
can,
your question?
my question is, where have their belongings been taken? I want to help them get their stuff back.
Oh, okay, I think they called 311 for that, right? Yeah.
It takes weeks.
uh,
That system, it doesn't work. I had to call my councilman over that. It doesn't work.
I'm really surprised, because I get 311s all the time, and I'm required to respond to them.
Well, these
And I do.
people, they had their survival gear taken, their tents, everything. So I didn't get any help yesterday on this issue. So that's why I'm out here today.
Give me your name and phone number.
Sure.
And then, I'll get back to you
Will you?
with
I'd really appreciate
something
that.
useful.
I really appreciate that. Can
Just
I
write it
just
right
jot
on
it
there.
here? Okay. Thanks so much. And what was your name?
Jenny.
Jenny? Okay.
Jenny the Great.
And I've called CDOT because they're the ones that actually hauled it off.
No, it was CEC,
CEC, which is?
which is the environmental contractor that cleans up the homeless encampments for us.
CEC. Are they contracted by Denver?
Yes.
Because I know you guys
By
have been
Denver
out there a
Parks.
lot. I've seen, because
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to help a couple of them down there get out of that before, you know, but they
Yeah.
had all their, this guy was scrambling, he had nowhere to go last night.
Okay, they posted in advance of cleaning it up.
Did you see
So-
it? Because I didn't see
No,
it.
not me personally,
Right.
but the park rangers are the ones who handle that
They're
whole
supposed to.
program. No, they do. They post the site for however many hours it is, because that's changed over the years, so I don't know if it's 24 hours or 72 hours, but they post the site, then they come back, and if the stuff's not gone, then they clean everything out. So anything that looks like it is like camping gear
Mhm.
or clothing or anything like that, they actually take that stuff to this giant warehouse
Right.
downtown, and they store it there where they can get their stuff back.
And they post a notice of where to go get it. I've been out there for the last 2 hours. There's nothing out there. These people had their stuff taken,
Okay,
and I just wanted, all I want to do is just help get it back.
okay.
Do you think I should call CEC or wait for you? to-
No, this will be through the city.
Will you call me back
Yeah. I wouldn't
Okay.
ask for your number if I wouldn't have called you back.
today? You think so?
Maybe today, I don't know. My day ends soon and I'm really busy today.
I gotta help these
So-
people. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Sorry to interrupt. Man. So I just interrupted a staff meeting apparently, but they were nice. That was good. She says CEC is the contractor on that. So they'd contract with the city, so I need to look that up. Yeah, it's another runaround. Her name was Jenny. She said she'd call me back, but she's not sure if she can call me back today. Yeah, well, that's not helpful in getting all that expensive stuff back. But here's the truth. We're not getting it back. They threw it in the trash. And by the way, I can't find Marcos. He lost all his stuff. He had his phone. He called me last night. He said he had his ID. But he lost all his belongings, you know, the stuff to charge his phone and everything else. So I don't know, you guys. I don't know. See what happens? Government, keep believing what they tell you about that coronavirus too. Keep that shit up. That'll serve you well. That'll serve the economy well. All right, anybody want to help make any calls? Use the 311 system in Denver if you want to Google the Denver Parks and Rec. You want me to go to the library? Oh, hey. Well, you know, Robert, he doesn't hang out at the library very often, but that reminds me, King Soopers is over there. So I need to go over there. I think from what I know of where Marcos will be, that is a good area. So, very disheartening. A couple of those guys were really crusting me over in there. Because they've been trying to deal with this and they're not doing a good job at it because they think all they should be able to do is force these guys. They don't want to work with them. They don't want to treat them like humans. You know, they have a very important job to do in the Denver Parks and Rec division. Jenny was nice, but she's not gonna do anything. Walmart wouldn't let you have, what, more than 2 cases of water? Yeah, so I got this email I read today from Kroger, Kroger grocery stores. We have King Soopers here in Colorado, that they're limiting the sale of flu and cold products. Not anything else, just flu and cold products. I thought that was interesting. This is stupid. The whole thing is stupid. And if you want to jump every time government tells you to, life's going to be miserable for you. It really is. Am I saying don't be concerned? Yeah, you should always be concerned. Illness is real. Viruses are real. But I'm not seeing anything that's giving any proof to this really attacking any healthy individual that has a healthy immune system. And I'm sure as shit not banking anything on numbers that government gives. Not doing it. And there's no data on this anyway. Just making this shit up as they go along. So we have a drive-through testing center here in Colorado now. I think yesterday we were up to 33 cases that they claim, exist, and they wait for further testing from CDC on the federal level before they actually diagnose them with the actual virus. But I would just like to know why schools haven't been canceled, where the masses amount of people are. State legislature's still in session. That's a bunch of horse shit right there. That should be the first thing to end. Yeah, so I'm just making this drive right over to the suggested spot. Because he is trying very hard to stay out of Inglewood and Sheridan. Do you remember the other day when I went back out there to talk to Marcos after I had gotten all those police reports? Yeah, dude, they're targeting you. Stop talking to them. Stop answering their questions. Your crimes are crimes against government. So at the very least, could you let them build the case against you instead of handing it to them? See, that's the problem when you're trying to advocate for people that are vulnerable and living in vulnerable situations to begin with. They're not thinking on their toes. They're, just like Tom said. Well, they can think on their toes, but at their own pace. Like Tom said, look, I was doing it. I was smoking pot earlier. Well, who's your crime against, Tom? The woman that came out and went over and talked to the cop and ratted you out, at least make them build a case. At least make them build a case. District 4, car number 8106. He got his little walkie-talkie in his hand. Here we're out of King Soopers right now. Okay, there's a place over here that I know of. Yeah, so that live stream I did about that dash cam that I bought, no, that thing went back. It was no good. So I think Darlene had suggested one for me. I'm looking into that one and another one that somebody else left a comment about. I can't do the rear camera thing. I'm not putting... I gotta have a camera that mounts to the mirror that can flip one way or the other, or just stay front. I'm not going through the trunk of my car to mount all that. I don't have power for all that, so it's gonna have to be wired through the roof, and that's not gonna happen. I wonder if they threw his bike away and everything. So we were talking last night, Marcos and I were talking, and the call dropped. I tried to call him right back, went straight to voicemail. I'm assuming his phone died. So I didn't get to hear from him whether or not they took his bike and all that stuff. I'm assuming they did not. I'm assuming he was on it after it being held by the city of Sheridan for what, a couple weeks after they put him in jail for riding his bike. So I'm gonna actually go back to King Soopers. I have to take care of some business. So that's today's, so far, 1 o'clock. Gotta see if I can find Marcos and a couple of the other guys that were there that were in far worse shape than Marcos. Get extension. They have those taped to roof for my camera. Okay, I gotta keep just checking into that. Sorry I'm not as entertaining as the cop screamers that end up in jail. I did scream at the CDOT guy this morning, though. He was quite an asshole. I felt like he was harassing me, so I was trying to defend myself. This place is fucking nuts. There's no parking. Holy shit, I don't want to go in here. What the hell am I thinking? Well, this will be a shit show and a half. Alright guys, well, maybe we'll see you a little later if I learn anything new or have to talk to someone else. You guys have a great day, okay?